Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. So today we'll discuss about Glacier followed by CloudTrail and rest of things we'll discuss. So like in yesterday class we're discussing about while doing the lifecycle management. There's a storage class type called Glacier is there. So what is this Glacier? Nothing but Glacier is a storage type where we can able to store the information for a longer duration. Generally people used to call this as a archive storage ಅಥವಾ long term storage ಅಥವಾ cold storage. Like this in many ways people used to call this. Okay, that is the use of Glacier. So Glacier is extremely low cost. If you compare with other types like we discussed standard IA, standard IA, Glacier flexible retrieval, Glacier flexible retrieval, Glacier instant retrieval, like there's plenty of things we discussed, right? If we compare with this all, I mean, if we compare with those, Glacier is extremely low cost storage service that provides secure, durable, and along with flexible storage for data backup and archival purpose. Nothing but this is very flexible. Whenever you want the data, you can able to download the data. Whenever you don't want, you can able to leave it. That will be stored in the archived. Archive means kind of backed up. With the Glacier, customer can reliably store their data for little as $1 per terabyte per month. Nothing but the cost. If you think about, if you store the data in the Glacier, assume if you store 1 terabyte of data in the Glacier means how much you need to pay? You need to pay only $1 per month, that to be. Okay. Glacier enabled customers to offload the administrative burdens of the operating and along with scaling storage in AWS. So they don't have to worry about capacity planning, hardware provisioning, data replication, hardware failure deletion, and repair are time consuming hardware migrations. Nothing but at any moment of time or any time you want to store the data for a longer duration space, definitely Glacier is the very beautiful option which is available to store the data. Data, if you think about the data wise, data is classified into hard data and along with cold data. Hard data is that you need rapid access, nothing but the data which should be accessible every minute, every day, or maybe every month, like this, the data flexibly accessing. Those are called it as a hot data. Then what is cold data then? Cold data is used for archiving the data and there is a delay in the retrieval time. Nothing but when if suppose if you request the data, it will take some time to get the data. Some time means it should be 5 minutes. At 12 minutes, it become an hour or maybe several hours also. That is called as a cold storage or the cold data. Glacier mainly used for cold data only, not for hot data. Then for hot data, what we can able to use? Standard IA, then 1 June, then intelligent tiering, reducer and access storage. These are all the example for the hot data. Cold data nothing but Glacier instant, Glacier flexible, Glacier deep archive. These are the three types are available for storing the data in the S3 bucket. Okay. Next, how we can send the data? We can send the data from SDKs, tape or data set also can be used. I mean, SDK nothing but software development kits, CLI command line can be used. There is no maximum limit for the total number of amount of data that can be stored in the Glacier, but individual archives are limited to a maximum of 40 terabytes. Nothing but if you upload one single file, the file size maximum should be 40 terabyte, not more than that. If you're uploading a single file means that size of the file should be not more than 40 terabytes. It should be equivalent to 40 terabyte to be acceptable. Okay. Glacier provides a console which you can use to create and delete the vaults. Vaults means like information, storage media. However, for all other interactions, you can use CLI for writing the code. For example, to upload data such as photos, videos, you must use the CLI to write code to make the request by using the REST API or using the SDK Vault is a container for storing archives, and an archive is an any object. An object nothing but is a file or folder. Okay, that's about the Glacier. Any questions? Any questions or confusions?
No, sir.
Okay. Next, I think before going to the cloud trial, I need to teach command line also. Nothing but So far in S3 we discussed about how to create the bucket, how to host a static website, and how to upload the files. We discussed it, correct? So this all the things can be done from the CLI as well. Command line also you can able to use. Command line means like in your Windows laptop we have a CMD, right? Command prompt. From there we can able to log into the AWS. For example, when we're dealing with IAM, we discussed about, right? AWS user can be logged into two methods. One is via AWS Management Console, another via CLI, programmatic access. Management Console access, programmatic access. If any of the user wants to log in via programmatic access means we can able to use this feature. Okay. Let me go to the CLI command line interface also, so that we're going to show how to integrate command line with AWS. Okay. AWS CLI is an open source tool that provides commands for interacting with AWS services. So with minimal configuration, you can start using all the functionality provided by the AWS Management Console from your favorite terminal program. Like it could be Linux shells, means we can create a Linux server. Inside the Linux server, we can able to install. You can use Bash, ZSH, TSH to run commands in Linux, macOS, or Unix, anything. Or maybe Windows command line can be used like we can run the commands in the either PowerShell or maybe Windows commands prompt. Then even we can run remotely, run commands and EC2 instances through terminals such as putty or maybe SSH also can be used. CLI installation. How to install the CLI? The primary distribution method of AWS CLI in Linux, Windows, and Mac OS is pip model. So a package manager for Python that provides an easy way to install, upgrade, and remove packages, Python packages and their dependencies. The requirement should be Python 2 or Python 3 should be required. Then if you already have a pip supported version of Python, you can install the AWS CLI with the following command. We can use this method to install the CLI. I'll share the commands with you guys so that we can work on this. To start using CLI, you can run the command AWS space configure command. This will prompt for the access key and secret access key, region name and output format. To provide the access key and secret access key to work with the CLI from the command line. So provide a region you want to start working for AWS services, provide the output like JSON or the text etc. Okay. Then post that we need to use the commands. Before that, let me show that how to generate the key first. First, we'll see how to install the AWS CLI. AWS CLI. First, I'll share the Windows commands. Then I'll take for Mac commands separately. Okay. So here Linux, yours is Windows, right? Windows. I need to go here. This is MSI. You guys have to download this one. That's it. You just need to enter this. Click on this link. This will download. Then post you need to install. After installation is completed, you can open the command prompt. Unless I'll share the direct link itself. You guys can follow the steps here and install it with your choice. I'll do for my Mac OS. Command line install for all. Command line for all users. Okay. So this can be installed. Then post installation, guide installation, GUI installer also there we have. GUI installer means we need to follow this one. Okay, installation will take some time. Installation successful. This is done, right? This is done. I'm configuring this at my command prompt in the Mac terminal. Okay, same thing you guys can do at your Windows laptop is there at CMD. You can open and you can try it there. Okay, it's downloaded, it's installed as well. I can proceed for the next steps, but before proceeding for the step, here I need to go to AWS console, IAM. I need to set up a access key, secret access key for this. So I can go to users. I need to click on my name, then security credentials. Look at the path, guys. IAM users, your username, security credentials. Then we have here the down access keys are there, right? This should be generated. Create access key, command line, confirm the confirmation you can give, command interface and confirmation you can give. Then click on next. Here I can give CLI or CLI access. Then click on create access key. Then here is the access key is there. I can how to login means I need to type AWS space configure FIGURE configure. It lasts like this. Like this we need to give the value access key. This is the access key. This is access key. Then we have a region will be there. My region code will be here will be there. US East -2. This is the region I'm using. Whichever the region you guys are using, you can select that and you can put up that. Default output format will be there. Output format we can able to use JSON. Output format we can able to use JSON in JSON. Okay, now it is done. How to verify that AWS space S3 space LS? Yeah, these things are working. Okay, so you need to follow these steps to install. Okay, now CLI configuration is done, guys. Any questions or confusions, let me know. So we have a cheat sheet will be there. Using cheat sheets, we have a commands will be there. Like we can follow those commands. Telesoft sheet stack browser. Okay, I'll share the commands list separately. Like this could be commands will be there separately. We need to follow these commands. Okay, like this the commands will be there. We need to follow these commands. I'll share this link with you guys. You can follow this link. This link having CLI commands. Like what we did on the GUI, right? In the GUI, what are the steps we will follow? Same type of steps we can follow it on the CLI also. Okay, let me brief on the some of the commands. Okay, what is that here? Okay, look at guys. You don't know the command. You need some help to check the commands. So always the command line which starts with, remember, in the GUI, graphical user interface, like AWS console, you guys will log in and will do some steps, right? So instead of logging to the AWS console and doing the steps, straight away we can do it from the command line as well. Straight away we can do it from the command line as well. Okay, that is how we can do means using these commands. So let me give some actions here. So for example, AWS space S3 space -help. If I don't know anything about S3, I need to know about more on S3 means what are the commands are there, how to use them. If I want to know means I can use this command. AWS is a standard keyword. AWS account we are using, so AWS is a standard keyword. So I'm working with S3 buckets. So S3 is a keyword I'm using. If suppose you are working with IAM means IAM you can use. EC2 means EC2 can be used. Like this particular service name will come here. Then -help will be used for taking the help page. Okay. Oh, sorry, -, not required, just to help. Yeah, like this. Look at guys. S3 help I took. So if I come a little bit down, in the I can see the commands. What are the famous commands? Means CP command can be used, MV command can be used, RM command can be used. Sync MB, RV, LS, matching everything. Question mark matches only single character. Like this, there are plenty of things. Exclude, include. Like this, multiple things will be there. Anything can be used. So how the commands will start like this? We can copy the things. We can exclude some of the values. Options are there. Available commands. These are the famous commands which are available in the S3 CLI. Okay, these things only we're going to discuss. These commands can be used in the real world use cases. Okay, one by one command we'll see. First one will go with ls command. Nothing but in my current account, what are the buckets are there I want to see. Then we can type AWS space S3 is common word, ls I can able to use. We know in the Linux, right? Ls command can be used for listing the files. I mean files. Ls command only will use for listing the files. But here ls command can be used to list out the buckets. Let me show that. Can you guys see? This is the date when I created the bucket. This is a timestamp. This is the bucket name. Similar way, this is a second bucket, date and along with the date and time and along with the bucket name. Like this, the buckets will reflect in your account. Now, ls command is clear for you guys. Any questions? In case you want to see what data is there inside this particular bucket. Inside this bucket, what data is there? You want to see that. So for that, we can able to use same command space s3:// this bucket name you need to put like this. If you put up this bucket, what will happen? This will going to show us the files or folders which are inside the bucket. Okay, let me show. You able to see under this bucket? This is common. S3:/ is a keyword we need to use. This is the bucket name. If you put up this, look at these are the files. This is the folder. How do we get to know which is file, which is folder? There, for a folder, there could be an option called pre will be there. Pre. Okay. For a files, this is straightforward for the files will be there like this. Okay. In case you want to get inside the folder, what is there you want to see? Then we need to put this particular path here at the end like this. Then inside this particular path, what are the files are there? It will reflect. Look at again inside this, there are again 3 folders are there. These are the files. Okay, like this we can able to see that. Clear? Any questions? Next, what else we discussed here? What comments? ls command is clear. Next, mb command. Let me create one bucket. mb command we can able to use to create the bucket. AWS space s3 space mb. mb nothing but make bucket. Remember guys, mb nothing but make bucket. Even in the documentation also there that one mb here. If we discuss that AWS S3 MB S3:/ bucket name will help you to create a new bucket in your AWS account. Okay, S3:/ we can give the bucket name. What we can give? Just give me a minute. Okay, sorry. So I'm trying to create the bucket. Let me give the bucket name. So AWS December 2024 today's date. What we can give 17 December 17. Okay, let me create this bucket with this name. If bucket is able to create, we'll get the message like this. That means bucket is created. Okay, how to check this buckets? AWS space S3 space ls. If I do, I can see this bucket. See, AWS December 2024-17 is created like this. So now, in case you don't want the bucket, we can delete that. AWS S3 RB bucket name will help you to remove the content, remove the bucket in your AWS account. This will going to remove. S3 ls command to list out the buckets in your account. S3 ls space bucket name to list the content of your bucket. Okay, like this, many things we can able to work on. So what I'm gonna do means the created bucket, I could able to delete that. AWS space S3 space RB remove. Then if I give the bucket name S3:// even before deleting, if at all you want to see that whether it's available or not in GUI, you want to see that means we can go to GUI and we can verify that bucket name should be there. Earlier it was 2, now it should be 3. Able to see this? See, today created when December 17, 1954, the bucket has been created. 1956 now. Okay, like this. If I delete this here, then it will delete from here as well. See, it's deleted already. Here also successful. Remove bucket. Remove the bucket. So like this, we can able to list the data, content, and other things can be viewed. In case you want to copy some files, let me do ls. Anything is there? Okay, server.txt is the file. I want to copy this file to. Then I need to put up to this particular bucket. Any one of the bucket I need to put up. Let me AWS space S3 space ls. AWS space S3 space CP file name space bucket name. I want to copy to this bucket. S3:/ bucket name / if I put up this one, this will be uploaded. CP means copy. Look at it's copied. Okay, like this we can work on with the commands. Okay. Any questions on the part of this CLI, guys? This is about the CLI. Even some of the CLI commands. Okay, let me show that how to create IAM user also. AWS space IAM space. I don't know further command. Then I help AWS IAM space help. If I take here, the commands will be there. List type and users, something like this will be there. Delete group, delete policy, delete role. Need to go to the list. Get a group, get policy, get role, get user, list access keys. For example, you want to see the list access keys. Then list groups, list users, list MFA devices, list policies. This will all going to list out. Okay, let me list out. AWS space IAM space list access keys. If I run this command, look at I only having the access key. My access key is reflecting here. Similar way, list -users. This many users I have. Reflect all the users. List -groups. These are groups. List -policies. There are many policies are there. It will going to list out all the policies which are there in your account like this. List -roles if you do that. This is going to list out the roles like this, but output will be in JSON format. Okay. Then you want to create a user. AWS IAM create -user. create-user space -user-name space. You need to give the username. So for example, I'll give Bala is a user. AWS IAM create-user-user-name space Bala. If I give this, it will going to create a user with Bala created. The same way, I need to create a group. Group I want to create with Salesforce. Then wherever user is there, I'll make it as a group. Group. Create group. AWS IAM create group -group -name. If I give this, group will be created. Look at like this. Okay, so like this, many commands are there. We can explore the commands and we can able to add them. Okay, so we can able to do this from GUI, right? Why do we need to do from the CLI? Because if at all you want to make a script, you want to make a practice on the script side, then script can't be worked with GUI, right? These are the commands are very simple commands we can able to use to run it on the scripting mode. Okay, for that purpose only will be used this particular use case. Okay, any questions? I'll just paste that whatever recently executed so that you'll get some idea. Are you guys good? Any questions or confusions? These are the commands I popularly use this right now. Okay, apart from this, these are the CLI commands. Then before going for CloudTrail, let me show the CloudTrail. Okay. CloudTrail is an AWS service that helps you to enable governance, compliance, and operational and risk auditing of your AWS account. Nothing but you want to see in your entire AWS account what are the things are going on, what's happening. You want to see that. So for that, we'll use a CloudTrail. Actions taken by a user, role, and an AWS services are recorded as events on the CloudTrail. You can easily view the events in the AWS CloudTrail console by going to the event history. Event history allows you to view, search, and download the past 90 days of activity in your AWS account. You can create two types of trials. A trial that applies to all the region, a trial that applies to one region. Both we can able to do with this one. So two types of trials are trial nothing but so the trial is a configuration that enables the delivery of the CloudTrail events to an S3 bucket. Nothing but all the logs will be stored in the S3 bucket. What type of logs? Like for example, any mistake you did, like who are access the AWS account, like this, in any step you performed, you want to see that. That is why CloudTrail logs we can able to see that. Trial is a configuration that enables you to deliver the CloudTrail events in S3 bucket. CloudWatch logs and CloudWatch events you can use to trial filter CloudTrail events. You can deliver, encrypt your CloudTrail event log files with KMS key and set up the SNS notification log for the delivery. Like this, multiple options are there. Okay, let me first go to CloudTrail console. Then let me explain. Okay, this is the CloudTrail one. Here, dashboard. Then you have an event history will be there. This is the important one, event history. Can you guys see with my name, whatever I did, everything is reflecting. Then it is an instance. Whatever I did, I could see this. Whatever root user did, root user information can able to see this. Okay, like this. This is the event history. But event history only available for 90 days of data only. Recent 90 days data only. event history can show us. If more than 90 days data you want to see means that's won't available in the this one. So for that purpose only we'll need to create a trial. Okay, for example, you want to see more about the more information about this. Click on this operation. You can see the event details. Who created, who deleted, what they did, what is the access key, what is the source IP address. This is my source IP address. If I go to my browser, if I type what is my IP, so look at the pasted IP and this IP, both are same only there. 106.51.192.136 same is there. Like that. This is the JSON output. Like this will reflect. There's more information about that. Nothing but what I did. Those information will be there in this particular one event history. Okay. Now, if at all you want to create a trial means we have an option here. Where is that option to create means? Here is the option. Create trial is there, right? If I click on create trial, the trial will be created and it will ask to details to store, like where the data should be stored means it will ask. So in that window, specify create a trial name we need to give. So I'll give the trial name is my CloudTrail. Create a new bucket, use an existing bucket. Two options are there. I'll use an existing bucket. So bucket name, I need to browse it. The second bucket I'll take. This bucket I'll take. The source bucket only will take. Source bucket I'll take. Then prefix I'll give logs, CloudTrail logs. Next, log file KMS not required. Log file validation not required. SNS delivery also not required. I'll uncheck these boxes. Then CloudOS logs also not available. Name I can give name CloudTrail. Then I can click on next. Here, what type of log event should be sent? This is a log management tool. Nothing but whatever the logs will be generating here, that will be stored on the S3 bucket. Okay. So here you can see these are the events are there. These are the major events are available in the CloudTrail. We can inform here what are the events we required. So for example, management events, capture the management operations performed on your AWS resources. Data events, log the resource operations performed on or within a resource. Insight events, identify unusual activity, errors, or user behavior in your account. Network activity events, provide information about the resource operations performed on your resource within a virtual private cloud environment. Like this, multiple options are there. We can select any one of that. Next, management events, read and write both are selected. Click on next. Then all good. Click on create trial. So now what will happen if I go to S3 bucket? I can see this particular one. I mean, unless I can click on here only. If I click on this, it will open a new tab. So look at guys, this is my bucket, correct? Inside that I given the prefix as a CloudTrail logs. Inside the CloudTrail logs, AWS logs. Inside this account number. Inside this CloudTrail again. Here only logs should print, but this logs will take some time to print. Nothing but maybe after half an hour, after a 1 hour, the logs will print. What are those logs means? In AWS account, whatever I'm gonna perform it, not only me, nothing but in this particular root AWS account, whatever the person will be performing, not only user, group, roles, permissions, anything, whatever you do, everything will be stored as a logs. Everything will be stored as a logs, where we can see that logs means in S3 bucket within this path. Within this path only we can see that. Okay, but coming this logs will take first time it will take some time. So the next time onwards it will be delivered immediately. Okay, that's what we need to verify. Okay, any questions guys now? I don't want to get confused, right, people? That's the reason what I did. I created one folder. I mean, not manually. CloudTrail only created the folder. Given the name is CloudTrail-logs. In this log folder only, one more folder will be there, AWS logs. Inside that account number will be there. Then post that CloudTrail is a folder. Inside this folder only log files will be there. Here only log files will generate. How the log files will generate means the generated format will be log file name. Then we have a 2024 is the year. Then 12th is the month. Date is 17th. Inside that only log files will be generated. Okay. That will verify in the next class. Maybe in tomorrow class we'll connect it. That moment logs are what are the logs are generated, what are those logs, and how to verify those logs. Then how to delete the logs we'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Any questions for this?
Sir, CloudTrail is charged, no, sir?
CloudTrail is chargeable, but management events are free. But other than that, data events, some other events we saw that, right? If we saw that events, that will be payable. But
Okay, sir.
management events are free. It will be in the free tier only.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I mean, this one we're talking about, right? This events. Let me open that. This is there, na management events. API activity. API means application programmatic interface. Any activity you're doing in the management level, this everything will be stored. Okay, this remaining events are there, data events, insights events, network events. These are costly. Those are big price will get for that. I mean, you need to pay the amount for that, for these events, data and insight along with network activity. Okay, but remaining one is free only.
These extra things have been enabled in your company, sir. Apart from that, you don't know that.
Data events, but not the insight events. Sometimes people networking related information they want means they'll enable the network activity events also. But we enabled only data events and management events only.
Okay.
But it will be cost like we are paying the bill for that, but it will be okay because we require data, right?
Yes.
Ours is a like a testing account we don't want, but company means they're ready to pay the amount. They require a secure environment, right?
Correct.
Other than
Sir, this last option, which is get highlighted, network security events, activity events,
thanks.
I think this has to be enabled, no? Because the support people or security people might ask.
Correct, correct. This should be enabled. I mean, in my company also, they might be enabled. I didn't look at that, but data events are enabled.
Okay.
Insights also can be enabled. What is this insights events? Nothing but, for example, you created S3 bucket. In that S3 bucket, you uploaded a file. Later, you deleted the file. Okay. I mean, whatever deleted, whatever modified, whatever moved, this kind of, I mean, damaging things are there, right? Those events will be stored in the insights event. It will filter out the events generally. Okay. Which are very crucial, like for deleted, modified, terminated, moved. These are very crucial part, right? We need to crack the people, right? For that purpose, these insights events will be used.
You meant to say every activity is logged.
Every activity will be logged. Even now also in management events also every activity will be logged, but it will take some time. It's still not yet opened up. It should take some time. Okay.
We can expect something on this in interviews, some questions on interviews.
I created a trial correct here. Now I can go to events. I mean, event history here. The last time delete bucket only showing up, but now we can see last delete bucket is the option which we saw that. Then post you can see put bucket policy, create trial, start logging, put event selectors. These all are updated. What is the latest time now? 8:13. What is the time is updated? 20:08. That means 8 o'clock 8 minutes it was updated. Like this, keep on logs will be generating.
Okay, okay.
Nothing cannot escape any place. Whatever you are doing in your AWS account, anything, everything will be noticed here. Everything will be reflecting here. Even we can download that events. We can have a download option. See, CSV file, JSON file, we can download and we can view as well. Which one? This events.
The individual events can be
Downloaded.
shared.
For example, put event selectors. If at all I want to download JSON file or CSV file, I'll select
Okay.
JSON file. Download it. See, if I open this, getting up. Like this I can wait. Like this, we can download and we can able to test it as well. When extraction also we can able to do. Okay. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
For security reasons, these logs are important, no, sir?
Yeah, these logs are very important because anything goes wrong, anything is not working, we need to get to know, right? For that purposes, these logs are very essential.
Okay.
Cool. That. Thanks so much for your valuable time. Bye.
Bye, sir.